Today's video is sponsored by Business IQ, the experts in AI and automation for SMEs. Get in touch with them today by emailing hello@biq-consulting.com and book yourself a call. Thank you to Gareth and the team for their continued support of the channel.
Sing it.
What is happening, people, and welcome back to the channel. I am, of course, Jimmy, and this is The Other Side. This is your morning brew. I have sort of committed to myself that I'm going to be doing these every Tuesday morning around 9 o'clock. Won't always be possible because, well, due to the title of this morning brew, to be honest, don't burn out. And that is my message to myself this week. And it has been for the last week or two, to be honest. So a lot of you will know that I was busy before when I had Blade Ramble, just the Blade Ramble to run. And yes, we've always run sort of background channels, if you like, and some may call this a background channel. I like to think of this as our lifestyle channel, which is away from football a little bit and more focuses more on life behind the camera, I suppose, even though it's all on camera. But you know what I mean when I talk about that. It's mental health, it's physical health, it's checking in on your mates and people that are viewing this and letting people know that it's a little bit deeper at times, and that's not going to be for everybody, but it's the honest sort of struggles and concerns that I have, and also celebrating the successes that I have and stuff like that, because I think it's important and I need to do more of that. And having said that, you know, touching on that, both channels that I run independently are doing really well. So the views are fantastic recently, so people are hopefully enjoying the content, and that's the main aim, because the more eyes you get on it, yes, the more it's all about views in terms of how you earn money on YouTube. But it's been really good, and you know, I've set a really high target of 5,000 subs this quarter for Jimmy Smith EFL, and I think we've half a chance of hitting it. I think we've had over 900 subs in the last 28 days, and I think we're about 370 off hitting that 5K. So it's been really good, really positive. But I have been working. I have been grafting for this. My family went away last week, Monday to Friday. They went to Spain to see my in-laws, so my girls' grandparents, my wife's mum and dad. And I didn't go. They did this last year as well, around the same time. And it's lovely for them to see their... And I get to see my in-laws whenever they come over, and we all speak regularly. There's no issues why I didn't go. It's just I'm busy. And it gives me a chance to just get my head down, full focus into what I need to do. I think, so again, sometimes I think because I am so fortunate to do what I'm doing, and that is not lost, it's never lost on me. I don't want anybody to think I ever take it for granted. Let me just see if I can get these comments. No, they're not coming up for some reason. Adam says, morning, Jimmy. Morning, my mate. Hope you're good. So, yeah, but it's a lot of work, And so since, like, the Blade Ramble was is my absolute passion, and that will always be my favorite thing to do, and I will keep going with that for as long as I possibly can. That is the route out of, not only out of the world of work for me, because it's now not work, is it? It's just a hobby that I end up getting paid for, but I do commit a lot of time to it. But that pulled me out of a hole mentally, and that gave me a focus, and people's support and friendships that I've gained through that channel, I hope to cherish forever. And it's just incredible, really, what that channel's done for us. And this season, coming into this season, we've rebranded what was Behind the Ramble, and you know, sort of a channel where we look behind the scenes a little bit, but never really had a niche. We've rebranded to a championship channel, and that is, I love the championship, everything about it. Even if Sheffield United is to get out of the championship and get promoted, or God forbid, drop below the championship, I always watch it week in, week out, and that is always going to be my passion. So in terms of that league, that's my favourite league ever, and we've committed to it. And by committing to it and launching the channel as we have, there are now, how many shows have we got on a regular? In fact, I've just tried to organise everything that I've got together. So I've got a list of shows. So we've now got championship predictions every week. We'll have a show called Full Time, which is a wrap up of of the games in terms of how the weekend's gone, if you like. That's on a Sunday night. GAR, which debuts tonight, Gaz assistant referee. So we're going to go through the controversial referees' decisions. Looking forward to that. We've got Take Your Pick with Cal and Connor. So that is another thing I'm really looking forward to. That's where we all pick four teams each from the 12 fixtures of the weekend. And we go in a round robin. So, and obviously you've got to pick a winner. And once that pick's taken, you can't take any more. And then we've got all the watch-alongs, which there'll be at least 1 or 2 watch-alongs a week, barring any international breaks or anything like that. So, yeah, absolutely loving everything about that channel at the minute. But then that's on top of all the work that I already did for the Blades Ramble. So when you look at the Blades Ramble shows that we've got 3 Mardy Blades, 90 after 90, Combo, which is a short series that I do with Cal as well. Countdown to Kickoff, Hot Off the Presser, Manager Reaction, Ramble on the Road, which is Big T predominantly, but other people do take part in it. And obviously it's an editing shift for me, that as well. The Fallout, and any watch-alongs we do with Sheffield United. So there's a lot that, and when you guys see the shows, they're just on air. That's the amount of times, I think you've seen me on screen an awful lot recently if you follow the channels. So it's a huge, huge commitment to all the content. I've filmed a day in the life that I did on this channel previously. I filmed it, and I just need to put it all together. I filmed my last gym session with Finn. I ain't yet put it together because there's stuff that's falling by the wayside a little bit. Sam was on holiday last week, so she couldn't help me out with working. So she's back this week. I'm going to try and nab her for an extra half day if I can this week to try and sort like badges out and stuff like that. But there's all sorts of stuff to sort of get my head around. So I'm just conscious that I'm loving it, absolutely loving it, but I have found myself really tired, and I'm staying up late, and I'm getting up early, and I'm straight on. So I'm just cautious of what I'm doing at the minute, because if I burn out, then I've been there before, where you just feel like you're getting through stuff, and the audience will see it. I don't ever just want to be on screen for the sake of it. So that is something that I am really conscious of, that I pace myself out. It's something my dad often talks to me about. You know, he said to me just at the weekend, because we went to the Sheffield United game together, he was like, Jim, everybody's loving the content and it's great stuff, and you get very kind to me. You're getting better and better, all this sort of stuff. But he also said, just don't burn yourself out, pal. Just do not burn yourself out. I had a bit of a low point last week. My brother were trying to get in touch with me for a catch-up, which isn't rare. But me and Dave, my brother, get on great. There's no issues between us, but we often go 3 or 4 weeks, and we'll text each other every week, no doubt, but we might go 3 or 4 weeks without speaking to each other or seeing each other. So he tried ringing me a couple of times last week, and I was just like, I'll ring him back. So I'm feeling a little bit like overwhelmed with a lot of stuff, and obviously I've had my tooth issues and stuff. I'm going back today for my root canal at 12:30 to have that finished off. So we get on great, but then he came to see me. We'd arranged that he came to see me last week, and turns out he'd had some quite, obviously I won't go into it here, but he had some quite big news that he needed to tell me, and a bit of a life update. So I was so wrapped up in everything that I were doing, I didn't for a minute think that he might have something that he wanted to tell me, and I felt really bad about it. So I just need to take myself out of the bubble every now and again. Like yesterday, for example, I knew that I was going to be on 3 live streams. We went live at 6 o'clock for 3 Mardy Blades. I then jumped straight off there onto a watch-along on the Jimmy Smith channel to watch Cardiff v Wrexham with Dave the Nose, which were really, really enjoyable. And then went straight into a call-in show just for our Ramblers, so I went from 6 till 11, but I knew that I was doing that. So yesterday I got to plan. We went swimming with girls in the afternoon, so I prepped all my stuff in the morning, went swimming with girls in the afternoon, had a great time, spent about 3 hours just, messing about, and, obviously I hadn't seen him properly for 5 days last week, so that were really good. And then I had a bit of a kip before I came back for 3 Mardy Blades. I think that was yesterday. Again, I can't keep up with a lot of this stuff. Checked in this morning, and I am 2 pounds lighter than yesterday. and I'm good because I were going for it yesterday, and it's my lowest weight now. It's my lowest weight, so I am 36 pounds down now, so over 2 stone, over 2.5 stone. So I'm absolutely buzzing with that this morning. Finn will be happy. I can't go to the gym today because of my root canal, which is really frustrating. I could have gone a little bit later, but Mrs. Ramble's having her nails done. So that there's all sorts of little bits and bats that we have to try and fit in there. Before I forget, because I never write anything down, but I want to say a huge happy birthday to Hecky Out Sal, one of the most knowledgeable blades I know that is yet to make her Ramble debut. And I will keep nudging her about it, but there's absolutely no chance she'll come on. I know that. So yeah, shout out to Hecky Out Sal, who is with her kids. I don't know where you are in the world. She's a bit like a brother, ATB, where we don't know where she is in the world most of the time, but she's usually jetting off somewhere. So hope you're having a lovely time, and I wish you a very happy birthday. Right, I think that's all. One thing I wanted to touch on was proper football. So obviously, in addition to Blade Ramble, Jimmy Smith AFL, the other side, which are all independently run by me, I am 1/3, sort of, because Lil, the producer, has 10% as well, but I'm 1/3 of Proper Football, which is a championship football podcast. There's been a bit of controversy over the last couple of weeks, which we've known is coming for a little bit of time now. So I do that with Cal Fowler and Conor McGilligan, and who are both brilliant football content creators. Con's a Leeds fan, can't help that. It's where we were brought up. Cal's a delusional Barnsley fan, but very, very knowledgeable on the EFL as well. So Con's knowledgeable on the Championship, but also probably the best of the three of us when it comes to, and he said this himself to be fair, but he's right, probably the most knowledgeable at three of us when it comes to Premier League. So I feel very fortunate that they feel I bring value to the trio, if you like, because I bring a much smaller following, but the dynamic is really good. So I really enjoy working with them, and Proper Football has been a real success, covering majority Championship stuff. It's been such a success that Cal has been poached, essentially, and we've spoken about this on Proper Football, so I'm not speaking out of turn, and another won't mind me talking about it. Cal's been offered a role with Pitchside, which is a huge YouTube channel, and he's now doing one of their shows with Tom Garrett called The Pyramid, which is really good, by the way. It's like Proper Football, but with a budget. We were joking about that the other day. And basically what they've done is they've asked him not to be a host on any other Championship content, because they want that to be a USP, that they've got Cal as their EFL boy. And I understand it. Con understand it. Cal understands it. When Cal were telling us about this offer months ago, you should have seen his face. He was so nervous about talking to us about it. He's a really good lad, and he deserves all of his success. And we had a choice to make then. We had a choice to make. Do me and Connor carry it on as a duo? Don't know. I love working with Con. We had some great success working together on. Did a load of collabs last season, or season before, weren't it? We had Battle Lines on his channel, where it were Leeds and Sheffield United stuff. And then, so we had the opportunity to do that. But I also think Cal brings so much that we wanted to do stuff with Cal still. So we thought about keeping Proper Football as a Championship pod with me and Connor, and then reverting to creating a new podcast called something like, these were just working titles, but Proper Prem Football. And that would have been the three of us again. So me, Connor, and Cal, because Cal's got no restrictions on any Premier League content. So that was the thought process originally. And then we've gone back and forth a little bit. And ultimately we've settled on just keeping it as Proper Football, but shifting to more Premier League content. And if you want Championship content, then we all do it individually on our channels. And because Cal's not a host on our channels, then he can appear on both my channel and Connor's channel as a guest and still discuss Championship content. So that is where you will find us discussing Championship football, which we all love. And let's be honest, particularly for me and Cal, it's our first love is like the EFL, but predominantly the Championship. It's just incredible. So we will still be together as a trio on both my channel, Con's channel, and Carl's channel. So on Wednesday, tomorrow, we go and film proper football. And what we'll do is we will film 4 episodes of Premier League content. Then we will film Take Your Pick, which is a show on my channel, all 3 of us doing championship stuff. Then we will film something for Connor for added time. I think he's doing a hot takes variation, all 3 of us together, championship content. And then we'll be on Cal's show doing an EFL call-in through his Discord, which is all 3 of us together, championship content. So you're still getting your championship fix from all 3 of us, and all 3 of us together as well. So that is the closest we could get to retaining what we had on the championship, but we will all still be staying together for proper football, because I love the dynamic between the 3 of us. We'll still be staying together for the Premier League. I know Cal's got a bit of stick. I know we give each other stick, and he'll take it on the chin. I know he will. But in all honesty, and this is the channel where I can speak openly and with banter, without banter, whatever it is, he fully deserves everything he's got. He's very, and Connor as well. Connor's getting some gigs recently offered to him. He's a great, I think he's best presenter at 3 of us. There's so much that, you know. And the other thing that we think as well, with Cal getting a bigger platform, it will help us all. So we're not bitter towards pitch side or Tom or anything like that. Tom's earned his way up as well. He's got to that level by being good. So this is sometimes about, it's a business decision that they've made. I understand it. It's smart business. It's a shame for us in a lot of ways, but we have adapted the best we can to the situation, and hopefully people will still get to enjoy what we do. And there won't be, you'll still be able to find the content that you were seeing before, essentially. So looking forward to that tomorrow, as always. But that kind of takes me out for a Wednesday now, certainly during the day. Tonight on Jimmy Smith EFL, you'll be seeing GAR, as I mentioned, Gaz assistant referee, where we go through the decisions from the weekend, both good and bad, and see what Gaz thinks about the most controversial decisions. We'll also be doing a ref's call of the week, where we highlight a really good decision by the ref. And what was the other thing that we were doing? There was something else. New rules explanation. So every week we'll take one of the new rules and explain it in full to people. So there's all sorts of things like this. Subs, you've only got 10 seconds to get off, or the sub has to wait a minute, that sort of thing. Gaz will explain one of the rules every week. So that is where we're going with it. I just wanted to jump on this morning and have a little bit of a catch up with you. Let's jump into some comments. So as we said, Adam says, morning, Jim. I don't think I can bring them up on screen, which is really quite frustrating. Let me see if I can mess about with it so we can get some comments going. See if that works. No, it doesn't. I'll tell you why. This might work. Go on then. Morning, Jimmy, says Adam. Morning, my mate. Hope you're good. He says, yeah, all good, thanks. Hope you are, and loving all the coverage, even if I can't tune into it all. I know, mate. I know there's a lot of it in there. There is a lot. I understand that, pal. Now then, how do we because we're all together and we're all pals, how do we move these comments? Do we think it looks a bit cooler if we just mess about with it a little bit? Does that look better? Is that middle? It's about middle, isn't it? Great. I just think it looks decent where we can float it around a bit rather than having everything on screen. Charlie says, good morning, Jimmy. Had gun. Apologies, it's early for me, Charlie. Had good gym sessions yesterday. Hope you have a good one today with Finn. I am 10 out of 10 today. Absolutely love that. Charlie and myself have the same personal trainer at S20 Gym. Shout out to Finn, who is doing his second bodybuilding competition of the year this weekend. So I'm not going to get there today, Charlie, because of me root canal. We tried to work it out and I can't, but I'll be there Thursday with him. Yeah, really looking forward to it. I'm back up to my levels where I feel quite strong. We filmed something last week with Smokes, who is a professional videographer, so you'll get a proper You remember where I sat down on like a box thing with Finn when we first started introducing the journey, and I sort of says, I'll turn to the side and you won't recognise me, or something like that. Well, we filmed another one of them, essentially. Different way of filming it, but we filmed an update video, if you like. So Yeah, watch this space for when Smokes has done a bit of editing, and I'll tickle it up maybe a little bit, but I won't be able to improve it. So that'll be coming out soon. Mr. Meldrew says, good morning, pal. How are we out of 10? I would give it a 8 this morning. I'd give it an 8. I'll give me a 10 like Charlie all day long, but I'm very rarely a 10, I'll be honest. But I'm an 8 at the minute. I'm about a 5 this morning. Didn't go to bed till late and struggling a bit this morning. Sorry to hear that, pal. Weight is flatlined at the minute. Can't seem to budge further. Things to look forward to nonetheless, he says. This is where, Marco, it becomes a mental challenge, doesn't it? Because, and I had exactly the same last week a little bit, and I think I mentioned it on Morning Brew. So I had my toothache the week before, and because of my toothache was so bad for like 4 days, it was like Friday night right through till Monday morning, so at least 2 and a bit days, I couldn't eat anything. I was just on water, like I was on a water fast. And I dropped 4 pounds. And I spoke to Finn about it on my check-in, and he was like, mate, we'll just take it as a bonus. You know, things will sort of level out and, you know, see what happens with your weight and stuff like that. And I'm always telling myself, like, at some point, this weight loss for me is going to slow down, and I need to be ready mentally to see a gain on me thing or a maintain without being able to shift the weight. Don't get me wrong, I had a lot of weight to shift. I was a pound off being 300 pounds when I started this journey. Well, I think I started at something like 297, but then along the way, when I was building muscle and stuff like that, I went up to 299. And honestly, I felt so unfit. And I don't feel super fit now, but I feel a lot better. I can't tell you what a difference it's made already to the way I move and the way I feel. Anyway, that's by the by. So the week after I'd lost 4 pounds, I put 3 back on. So last week I updated my check-in, and now we're at 265. No, that can't be right. I was at 267 because my lowest ever weight has been 264 since I've started the journey, and now we're at 267. And then I messaged Finn, and I was just like, yeah, I feel like we're doing it the right way, though, because I think that's just me putting back the empty calories that I didn't do. I haven't done anything differently. I'm still on track, and I'm trying to convince myself more than anything else. But I've powered through, and this week I'm back down, and I'm down to 263 this morning. So another £2 off what I was yesterday. And I'm lowest I've been for some time. And it's not always going to be wins and all that sort of thing, Marco, but it's just knowing that you're on the right path, because what you've done so far, for those that don't know, Mark's lost over 2 stone himself, and that is absolutely unreal. It's so, I think people, and Mark didn't have as much weight to lose as me, so that, and I think there is like a body percentage difficulty level, if you like. So people see that I've lost what is now 36 pounds, and don't get me wrong, I'm really proud of myself, and I'm not doing myself down. But when you've a lot to lose, then it's easier to lose it initially, I think. So if you were 400 pounds, you could get it down. You could lose 40 pounds a lot quicker than someone who's 250 pounds trying to get down to 210. That's just physics. So I have lost significantly because I had a lot to lose. I will slow down though at some point, and it's a mental test to keep going into it in terms of staying strong. Gaz Dunn, the man in black, who I'm on live with this evening, says, morning, mate. Hope you're well. Need to sleep myself. Doing StreamYard work till 4 in the morning. Gaz, ridiculous. He was messaging me at 2:30 in the morning about our show tonight. I knew we were up till around that time because I saw that you were still online, and then he's messaged to say good morning to everybody at 8 o'clock this morning. Absolutely ludicrous. Guys, look after yourself, mate. This is what I mean. Burnout is a real thing. Well done on the weight loss, Pally says. Thank you very much. Oh, law change. Apologies, not rule change, law change. I might have to edit that. In what I've got set up. Carl says, hey, Jim, good to catch a live, mate. Hope you're well. I'd say my 7 today, better than yesterday, and hopefully even better tomorrow. Nice one, pal. Glad to hear it. Very glad to hear it. Positive Jack says, morning, Jim. Hope you're feeling okay today. So glad football is back. Come on, United. My day off today, so I'm having a chilled day. Struggling a little with my anxiety at the minute. Sorry to hear that, pal. I know you're doing everything you can to counter that, so keep doing the right things. Sometimes it needs patience, doesn't it, more than anything else? And yeah, we're with you, mate. And you know we're here if you need to reach out and talk about it, pal. Solid 8, love that, says Gaz. He's a 7 today. First middle this evening. Oh, in the middle. He's got a game tonight. Yes, of course. With jet lag and an assessment, not ideal for sure. Looking forward to GAR later. Absolutely right. Me too, pal. Alex says, morning, Jimmy. How are you today, mate? I'm good, thank you, pal. I'm about a 6 this morning, hoping for some positive Blades news. Aren't we all, mate? Aren't we all? As Sheffield United fans, we're all hoping for that. Them Jaffa cakes won't help you, Jimmy, brother, says Zonny. Hey, mate, it's a light snack, and I haven't put on, have I? I haven't put on, I've lost. I think you can't. The way I've found a lot of success, Zonny, in all honesty, is not depriving myself. It's just sort of knowing when to treat yourself and doing it in moderation. So I do take Oxford Natural. I ain't taken them this morning yet, actually. But I take Oxford Natural day and night, and the day acts as a bit of a food suppressant, so I'm not as hungry usually. It gives me a bit more energy. So I don't eat as much, essentially, and I don't feel the need to eat as much, but I still have a sweet craving every now and again. So something like a Jaffa cake's better than a massive Toblerone in it, which my girls ended up finishing off for me the other day. So you're right, though, Zonny. I have to keep an eye on them. That's a fair comment. Charlie says, honestly, Mark, don't worry too much about the weight. I've been doing this with Finn since May, and I haven't lost a single pound. So listening to you guys is sometimes hard, but just focusing on me. Charlie, you are... I don't want to speak out of turn, and Charlie's business is Charlie's business, but Finn speaks to me very respectfully about Charlie because he knows we're friends. So it would never go into any personal details. He just says how pleased he is with you and the progress. And I know you've made significant wins through your exercise with your personal appointments and stuff like that are no longer necessary and things. So again, I won't go into too much detail about your situation, but I'm delighted that you can see past just the numbers on the scale, because I know that you've benefited in so many other ways, which I'm delighted about. So yeah, long may it continue. And let's be honest, Charlie might think differently, but I don't think Charlie's got an awful lot of weight to lose, to be honest. So it's one of them where, is it more about toning and just losing? You might want to aesthetically lose a few, because we all feel like that about ourselves sometimes, where we're not happy. But I think everybody's situation is different, isn't it? And I'm sure it'll come. And I know Finn's been saying something similar. Thom says, morning, pal. Hope you're good. Feeling about a 7 after waking up at about 4, to be fair. Starting face-to-face therapy in a few weeks. Hopefully it can uncover some stuff for me. Very best of luck to you, Thom. And I love... Thom came on our call-in show last night for Ramblers. And he's done a watch-along previously with Jord, I think it was. Or it might have been with Marco. I think it was Jord. But I love those incremental steps that you take in to get your face on the screen, because I think you offer an awful lot. I love that he's so comfortable being so open about what you are going through and what you... I know nobody knows, and nobody has to know why you are visiting a therapist, but to know that you are open about seeing somebody and don't feel ashamed, I think is unreal in terms of giving others the strength to feel like they can do that. Face-to-face therapy, I would be very daunted by. And I was when it happened to me, to be honest. So you've got all my respect, mate. I always say this, it wasn't... It certainly wasn't my first choice. I ended up doing face-to-face therapy, and it didn't really work for me. I ended up doing a over-the-phone therapy at one stage, and it was okay. But I think everybody deals with it in their own way. So if Thom finds that this is the best way for him to deal with it, what I will say is I just hope that it doesn't... There's a chance it'll be a really heavy session, and I hope it doesn't sort of knock you back and sort of test your confidence with it. But again, you'll know yourself better than anybody. So best of luck with it, pal. And yeah, even if not publicly, then do keep me posted, because I'm keen to make sure you're good with that. Alex says, aren't Jaffa cakes low calorie with the orange in them? Yeah, I think it's part of your 5 a day, in it, Alex, I think. Yeah, possibly, yeah, should be. Jaffa cakes are healthy, literally has orange in them. There you go. Well, that's it. Let's go buy another pack then and smash through them all. Carl says, I'm really struggling to get started with my weight loss journey. First step feels the hardest. Honestly, Carl, I felt exactly the same. I was miserable. I was unfit. I was slow. And it were really affecting my mental health as well. The first step really is the hardest. And I said to Finn, when we first started, he's my PT, you have got a job on here. You have got a job. I said, I'm going to be honest with you. I struggle for motivation. I struggle to keep on track with diets and plans and things like that because I just, when I'm unhappy, I sort of comfort myself by eating. And I never ate loads, but what I ate was bad, if that makes sense. So it's been a journey. It has been and that's a big sort of dramatic word to say, but it has been a learning experience, and I continue to learn from Finn. And he said to me not so long since, actually, we will hit a weight that you feel comfortable with yourself. At some you might not ever feel super comfortable, but he's like, you'll hit a weight that you're happy with. And then he says, before we end our journey together, I need to teach you about maintaining that weight. So I will get to that stage because I will. I've done enough so far. I also think Oxford Natural's really helped me, but it doesn't have to be Oxford Natural. This isn't a hard sell. It's just fueling your body with the right supplements. So before I started on the Oxford Natural, cards on the table, they came to me with a really strong sponsorship offer, which I was keen to do, but I'm always wary of what we pitch to people. So I don't just want to take a good deal because it's a good deal for me personally. If it's not going to benefit people, then I don't want to be comfortable, selling it to people essentially through ads and things like that. So I made a deal with Oxford Natural that I'd go on it as part of the deal. So, and then if it worked, they were happy with me giving genuine, honest feedback on how it worked. But for that to be a true thing, I had to commit to using them in the right way as well. So it's been a risk for all parties because I could have gone on Oxford Natural and not lost anything. Charlie's on Oxford Natural and she's saying she's not lost a pound, but I bet if you asked her about him, I know she said before how much better she feels through being on him. So again, this is not a hard sales pitch for me. It's more just explaining to you how it's come about, really. They gave me more energy. They allowed me to do a little bit more in the gym. Me working hard in the gym has sort of improved me to where I am. So it's been an unbelievable sort of perfect storm, if you like, when it comes to that. So doesn't have to be Oxford Natural for you, Carlo, because not everybody's going to be in that. When I got the Oxford Naturals through, Finn were like, show me what's in them. Showed Finn, he was like, I would have recommended you take this, and this anyway. So he says it looks like it's ideal for what you need. So that's exactly what I've continued to do. But you could get some of the elements that are in Oxford Natural, probably just 2 or 3 of them, cheaper than what would be in a bundle maybe. I don't know. I don't honestly know. And that might work for you as well. If so you don't have to, it's not a sales pitch to say that, but it's been a combination of things that's allowed me to get to where I am now. And I wish you the best with it, pal. If you want to, in fact, on our Discord, which I will try and remember to link below, which I haven't done. I don't know if anybody's got the Discord that they could put in the comments, the Discord link, because I need to set it up so it's going to be in our descriptions full time, if you like. We're going to come up with a fitness group, like a fitness side channel, if you like. It's called a channel, but it means it's like a talk group on the Discord if that's something you're interested in, and it's open for anybody to join. You don't have to be a Blades fan or anything like that. You just jump in and have conversation with like-minded people. Zonny says you definitely need to get something in-house for days like today when you can't get to the gym, so you hit targets and keep on it, mate. Just 30 minutes on the exercise bike or a treadmill, all will help. A full pack of Jaffa cakes is 410 calories. That's not too bad, is it? But there's also other stuff in there that you don't want, sugar and all sorts of stuff. And Dave Morwood says, morning, Jimmy. Morning, Dave. Hope you're well, pal. I'm glad you were able to catch us. I know you're not always the earliest of birds. But yeah, good to speak to you, mate. So that's it. That's us caught up with the comments. You want to come and say hello? Somebody's just wandered into the studio. This is Sophie, my daughter. Do you want to say hello to everybody? Hi. So I'm going to go off and see what Sophie wants now because she's lurking because she wants something from me, no doubt. Do you? All right, okay, we'll see. Right, so thank you to everybody for joining us. I will see you tonight on the Jimmy Smith channel for GAR, Gaz Assistant Referee, where we go through all the refereeing decisions from the Championship. I'll next be on the Blades Ramble tomorrow night for Countdown to Kick-Off. So for now, we'll see you, won't we, Soph, on the other side. Thumbs up. Hey.